What's happening, people? And once again, welcome back to youtube.com/CubCamTV for this, another edition of the Cubcast. Again, this is becoming a quite regular news series we are running, basically. First of all, I want to apologise for the state of my voice. I've had a very, very busy couple of weeks, a ton of interviews. Obviously, you may have seen the vlog we had up at the Diamond Platinum show in London. There was a lot of shouting involved in that one, so my apologies for the state of my voice. Obviously, I haven't been doing as many videos because I'm trying to rest it up and get it back to where it's supposed to be, but I have been doing radio in the mornings because that's my job, so I've been doing that regardless. But we've got a very interesting I feel topic of conversation to get into today. We are back looking at the Billboard chart. Now, obviously, every Tuesday we run a episode of the Billboard review, as you can see in the bottom right-hand side. It's a regular show we run every Tuesday, looking at the latest updates. However, something very bizarre has actually happened, and I don't know whether the US Afrobeats chart has made an error. I don't know whether the US Afrobeats chart has basically been told it needs to be keeping up a little bit more with what's going on, but there has been an entry added a day after the official entries go in, which we're going to be talking about today. And there are a few things to talk about with this. One in regards to kind of genre specification, one in regards to kind of international attention as well, so I'm very excited to jump into it. So let's take a look at what we are going to be exploring today, and it is, of course, the fact that Black Sherif has been given a top 5 placement on this chart with Kwaku the Traveller, which is, of course, one of the biggest rap tunes in the world right now. So that leads me on to my first point. Also, we have reacted to this one. We've done a reaction to it that you guys seem to be absolutely loving. It's by far the most viewed thing we've ever done on the channel. It's rapidly approaching 100,000 views, which is absolutely crazy. Never expected this tune to do as well as it is doing, but this is a tune that is absolutely smashing it on the global scale. This is a tune that is beloved around the world, both for the message within the tune and just how the tune sounds. Black Sherif is undoubtedly one of the current stars of world music, and it's a really interesting thing to kind of see him brought into this chart. And there's a couple of things I did want to discuss about it. The first of which is this: the Billboard US Afrobeats Songs chart, for my knowledge and for what I believe it should be representing, is music that at least in some way represents what Afrobeats as a sound would be classed as. Now, I don't really hear, and again, this is from my personal perspective, this is my perspective kind of listening and reviewing music and working in radio and things like that. I don't really see how you can class Black Sherif, Kwaku the Traveller as an Afrobeats tune. There are no rhythmic similarities, realistically. The instrumentation is very different. The bass line is essentially a drill bass line, but there is no kind of frequency scale on it. There is very little kind of harmonized vocal. It is literally a rap vocal with an auto-tune. Bear in mind, I love Kwaku the Traveller. I love how it sounds. I love everything about it as a tune. But I feel it's a very kind of lazy and somewhat loose kind of description to put him into an Afrobeats chart. Like, realistically, this should be on kind of like a global rap chart. And it may well be. I haven't actually had a chance to check any of the other Billboard charts, but it definitely feels, I don't know, a tad disingenuous to kind of have this tune, which is undoubtedly a rap tune in and around the US Afrobeat songs. And I think, realistically, with doing this, it does kind of send the message for what they're going to be doing, which is essentially, we want to be promoting African musicians, and we're going to put them into the same chart. So it's not necessarily Afrobeats as a genre. It's more seemingly going to be African artists going in and doing what they do. Now, bear in mind, this isn't the first tune that isn't necessarily an Afrobeats tune that's in here. I'm pretty sure there is another Black Sherif tune in this list somewhere, and it's Always, which I believe is a drill tune. It may be different, I'm not entirely sure, but I'm pretty sure it is a drill tune, which again is quite bizarre, and I didn't really clock it at the time. There's been a couple of other tunes which aren't necessarily kind of stemming from that Afrobeat sound in here, but again, I don't know, for me it just feels a little bit loose in the kind of classification and the genre specification. I don't know who is actually in charge of running this, in charge of running the chart and where it's going, but I don't know, it just feels a little bit loose to me. But anyway, on to the actual celebratory factor of this. It's absolutely huge. Without a doubt, this is one of the biggest tunes of the year. Black Sherif is absolutely smashing it in numerous different ways. He's had some wicked collaborations this year. Obviously, the tune with Darko Absolutely fantastic. He's also, of course, had Second Sermon. The official remix for that one came out this year, or very much towards the end of last year, I believe. He's also had, of course, the link up with Poco Lee and Bella Shmurda as well. And he's just had a fantastic start to the year. And again, utilising those vocals, which are so unique. The way that he's able to use an auto-tune to kind of like essentially illuminate his vocals so they're going up and down the frequency scale. It's really, really cool to see. And to be honest with you, I'm kind of pointing out the negative first because I want to finish on the positives, which is that Black Sherif is getting that recognition. Maybe not in the entirely correct way, but he is getting that recognition for being the incredible vocalist that he is. And I think it is a good thing in a couple of ways. He's obviously had a track in this chart before, but he's actually debuted at number 5. Now, as far as I'm aware, this chart is made up of people really... as far as I'm aware, it's made up of people's streaming figures and sales figures. It's not necessarily made up by people giving popularity. So there are tunes on here, for instance, if we were to scroll down, this tune here, for instance, from Master KG alongside Burner and Nomsibo, Jerusalem, that came out a long time ago. If we're looking at all the tracks around it, apart from obviously Love Nantiti, these are all more recent tunes that have landed. So, and obviously Essence as well. But we know these tunes at the top of the list are the ones that are getting a super amount of streams regardless. So yeah, it's a very kind of interesting one to see how high it's actually landed. It does show just how popular the tune is more than anything else. And I think this is gonna, well, the exciting thing about this is, of course, that more and more people will now become aware of who Black Sherif is. They'll become aware of what his personal style is. He hasn't actually had a solo tune in this listing yet. And hopefully it means people are going to be a lot more kind of in the know about what Black Sherif is all about, which is absolutely fantastic. But there we go. Guys, let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Again, not trying to be negative. I just think they could be a little... I just think it's slightly lazy throwing Black Sherif into an Afrobeats chart when obviously Afrobeats is kind of is a kind of overarching defining genre in the modern kind of terminology for it, at least to the best of my understanding. But if they're kind of going for, I suppose, African musicians, then it does make sense for me. It just feels a little bit loose. But let me know your thoughts in the comment section down below. I'm very keen to hear what people think about this. More than anything else, congratulations to Black Sherif for actually getting involved in a top 5 on the Billboard. That's the most exciting thing about it. And actually the point I would like to focus on as we come to the end of this video. It's such a monumental thing to kind of debut in the top 10. When you look around the other artists that are involved in this listing, obviously Rema, Thames, I'm talking about the ones that are kind of already very established. Omar Lay, Buju's already in there. Obviously Wiz, Fireboy, CK. These are very well-established global entities. It now shows that we have got the likes of Black Sherif and Asake both bursting into that top 10, meaning more than anything else, it's not a closed shop right from the jump. We are going to be seeing new artists entering into this listing, so it's very exciting indeed. But as I said, guys, let me know your thoughts on this in the comment section down below. I am very keen to hear your thoughts on this. And as always, if you are new to the channel, please make sure you're getting involved by hitting that subscribe button on the right hand side of the page, turning notifications on, leaving a like, leaving a comment, all that good stuff. Again, apologies for the state of my voice currently. I'm literally doing everything I can to get it back to actual working top tier. Hopefully it'll be okay for tomorrow's stream and any reactions we get into this evening. But again, it's through doing too many interviews. And when you see the interviews we've actually got lined up for next week that are going to be dropping on the channel, you'll understand why, and understand why it's very, very worth it. So there we go. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed, and we shall see you all next time, my friends. Have a good one. Have a great day, and we'll see you later. Peace.
Sounding so good right now. But they're sounding a bright and town.
Make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel right now, CubCamTV. Stay locked.